Hey guys, my name is Firefighter John. I'm a firefighter paramedic here in Huntley. I'm going to show you a little bit about our engine today. So welcome to Station 2. I'm going to bring you through engine 942. Right up here, kind of like your mom or dad might drive your car, drop you off at school, pick you up. We have the driver's seat up here, and this is what we call the engineer position. This is the guy that's also going to run the pump panel and then pull all the levers and knobs to get us water at the fire. So follow me around back this way. This is actually, right here is where the engineer is going to put his gear, and if he has to get dressed and ready. Today our engineer is Gabe, who you just saw get dressed a little bit ago. This is all his gear, so if we have to go out on a call, whether it's fire or medical, he puts on his stuff real quick, and then he's going to jump up in the driver's seat. This next little area in here, the two steps up here, this is our pump panel, and what I'm undoing right here is our crosslays, or our hoses that we use when we get to fires. We'll pull the guy in charge, our lieutenant, he'll pull each one of he'll tell us which hose to pull, and we'll pull them off and get our hoses all ready. Kind of just like your garden hose at home, just except a little bit bigger, and we get a lot more water out of these hoses. So coming back this way, we have our engineer's compartment. Call it. More hoses, a little step ladder. We also will go out and check smoke detectors and CO detectors in your house, so make sure you guys are checking those once a month and changing your batteries every 6 months, which that's coming up. We're changing our clocks back here shortly, so make sure you change your batteries and your smoke detectors. In this cabinet, we call it our BRIT compartment. It's kind of in case one of us, the firefighters, were to need help. We have a certain air pack in here that we can bring and help that other firefighter out that's inside of a house. So we also have spare air bottles for our air packs that we wear on our back, because we do burn through quite a few of them on scene, and we might have to refill our bottle. So we would just grab a new one and put it back in. This cabinet right here, we got a lot of different things. We have everything from some car accident stabilization stuff that we can secure a car with, to other forcible entry tools. So if your doors are locked at home and you're not home, or if you are and we need to get inside, there are ways and there are tools that we have so we can get inside of your house and make sure that you make it out okay, or that if we were to have to be there for a medical call. If you want to follow me around this way, up here we have our hose bed. This is the big hose up here. So if you look right up here, this yellow hose, this is 5-inch hose, we call it. So this is the hose that connects to the fire hydrant, and we're gonna then connect it to the fire engine. And then that's how we get our water to the engine, and then it goes through those other hoses I just showed you a short time ago. In this cabinet, we have our saws. So if you ever see firefighters on the roof with chainsaws and wonder, oh, what are they doing up there? Why are they cutting my roof? It's because we're trying to get all that smoke and that contaminants out of the house so that we can see better inside of the house, okay? So don't be alarmed. That's what this stuff in here is for, the saw. Also got some traffic cones in there. If you see them in there, that's for car accidents and things like that, so we can direct traffic as well. So to make sure that we're safe while working on the roadways. Speaking of car accidents, if we come to this compartment, this is our extrication compartment. So in here we have the two main tools are our cutters and our spreaders, and they do just that. If you guys imagine your scissors at school, well, these are kind of like a scissors, except these cutters, or scissors if you will, allow us we could cut the roof right off of a car if we needed to. So, and then this black stuff up here is kind of like Legos, it looks like. This again is just to allow us to make sure that car is stable and secure when we're working on it. So on this side, same as the other side, we have more air pack, or air bottles, excuse me, in case we were to run out. Okay. Rope, we have rope that we just use to hoist tools up to the roof, and then we also have the rescue rope here is more of our life safety, the stuff that we're going to attach ourselves to in case we were to need a rope for anything like that, okay? And before we get up to the passenger side of here, I got one more cabinet for you. In here, this stuff right here, we call them airbags. These are used for extrication again, and to stabilize the car, or if we had something where we need to lift, if somebody happened to be stuck underneath of a car, we can use these airbags and actually lift the car up to help get that person out. So, and then we also have a fire extinguisher. You guys see those all over your school, so you guys are real familiar with those. And then the inside of this silver one, that is just a water. We call that a water can, or a pressurized water can. Kind of like you saw on the other side, that hose that was all lined up. In this one, this is just the opposite side. So no matter what side the fire is on, we're able to go through and we can pull the hose through this side if we needed it, or if we needed it on the other side, we would just go to the other side and pull it right through and stretch the hose to where we would need it to go. Coming up into the cab here, this is actually my gear here today. This is where I sit, and we refer to this position as the back step firefighter here. So this is my stuff. Here's where I sit. Inside of here we have, because the engine will also respond on medical calls, we have everything to treat patients for medical calls too. So we have Band-Aids and CPR, or we can do CPR, but we have cardiac monitors and different things like that. So the only thing the engine does not do medically is transport. So that's what the ambulance is for. And then right here we have the officer position, or the lieutenant's position. So he has a tool up there. He's got another cool device. It's called a thermal imaging camera. That allows us to, when we're going inside of buildings, to see where the heat is and where the fire is located. So, and then the other real neat thing about our seats is, if you look in there, our SCBAs, or our air packs, are actually built into the seats. So that allows us, when we are, obviously we're going to throw on our seatbelt, but once we get there, we can just throw the shoulder straps, kind of like you guys do your backpacks, right over top of our shoulders, and they pull right out of our seat, and our air pack is on and ready to go. So the last thing we got real quick, if he wants to pan over, is just that this right here, this is the part where we can take water in from the fire hydrant. And then there's another yellow hose, one of the big 5-inch ones I just told you guys about a little bit ago. That allows us to take the water into the engine, and then the engineer can pump it to where they need to, whichever hose line they need it to go to. So thanks for letting me show you guys the engine, and you guys take care and stay safe.